pediría que pusieras en mi tumba 2 botellas de mezcal. Porque si quiere morirme de una cruda, sabes bien que es culpa tuya por no poderte olvidar.
Welcome back to Sergio Explains. I am Sergio, and in this video I will explain everything you need to know about mezcal. For example, did you know that in Spanish, mezcal is spelled with a Z, like Zorro? But in English, mezcal is spelled with an S, like Superman. And mezcal is a denomination of origin. This means that mezcal can only legally be made in certain regions of Mexico that have been certified, and the most important region is Oaxaca. If the exact same mezcal is made anywhere else, including in any other regions of Mexico that have not been certified, that drink cannot be commercialized as mezcal. But let's start from the beginning. When Spanish conquistadors arrived in what is now Mexico, they noticed the native Aztecs fermenting the juices of the Maguey plants to make an alcoholic drink. But the Spaniards wanted to drink something stronger, so they started distilling those same fermented juices. And from there, both mezcal and tequila evolved. Mezcal is distilled twice and sometimes even 3 times to make it a stronger, higher proof drink. Mezcal can be made from any kind of agave except from blue agave, which is reserved for making tequila. The most popular variety of agave to make mezcal is called espadín. But there are more than 30 varieties of agave. Among them, tobala, madrecuich, and tepestate, just to name a few. Agave plants can be infested by the larvae of a moth that lays its eggs on them, and agave farmers fight against this infestation and try to keep them under control. Some mezcal brands, usually the ones that are mass-produced by industrial liquor companies, add one of these moth caterpillars in their mezcal bottles. These usually cheap, low-quality mezcals are usually called con gusano. And this is poorly translated into English as with agave worm. The reason why I say that is because it's not a worm at all, but a caterpillar. You see, in Spanish, the word gusano means both caterpillar and worm. So worm is just a bad translation. In any case, these worms are an infestation, and the fact that they put one in the bottle just shows that these mezcals are not so good and they probably should be used for mixing, like make yourself a margarita or something. On the other hand, if you like to slowly sip a really good mezcal, you should try a handcrafted traditional mezcal. You'll never see one of those with a gusano in it. Farmers begin by harvesting the agave plants and trimming the leaves and the roots to get to the piña. Piñas are the center of the plants, and then they roast them for 2 or 3 whole days in ground pit ovens. This process gives mezcal a very distinct smoky flavor, somewhat similar to peated island whiskeys. In addition to this smoky flavor, fruits and herbs are often added during the fermentation and distillation processes. Therefore, each mezcal has a very distinct character. During the distillation process of a kind of mezcal called Pechuga, either a chicken, a duck, a turkey, a goat, or some other kind of meat is hanged within the still, and the mezcal is distilled through it. Unaged mezcals are referred to as joven or young. Some mezcals are aged and sold as reposado or even añejo. But the aging process doesn't really add much to the flavor of the mezcals. Unlike most distilled beverages that acquire their taste through the aging process, mezcals acquire most of their taste during the fermentation and distillation processes. Therefore, a colorful mezcal is not necessarily any better than a colorless mezcal. As a matter of fact, the way mezcal is made in some ways is the opposite the way whiskey is made. Whiskey is made from 1 year harvest, and that whiskey then it's aged for many years. It is that aging that brings quality and value to the whiskey. Generally speaking, the longer a whiskey stays in the barrel, the better and the more expensive it is. But mezcal is not like that at all, because agave plants are not a 1 year harvest. They take at least 8 years to grow. And the older and bigger agave plants are, the better mezcal they produce. So farmers might be growing agave plants for up to 10, 15, or even 20 years, and that takes a lot of time and effort. But mezcal is bottled soon after distillation because it has already all the flavor it needs from the fermentation and the distilling, and it's ready to drink. Cheers.